general trash person's just died too. Not going to bother replacing you just yet, I don't think. And here we go, new election. I kind of dislike sitting at 100% Republican tradition, but I do feel like we need to hire somebody else. And this time I'm going to make you, because this is going to be more permanent. What do we want long term? Trade power to recover from the money? I was thinking institution speed, but I think I'm still going to go for the trade power. 39 years old. This is eminently re-electable. Except for that. I'll live with it. Fine. Also, I did forget that we do have an advisor right now, so that is a little bit of extra money that we could be making. I might actually just go ahead and fire you. Monarch points are nice, but right now I need my economy to recover. And that's going to take time. This ruler is still really young, so still worth doing. Okay, so they want to peace out. They are now willing to give me everything I am asking for. How much more would they would accept a war reps? So for money and war reps, I've made a fair amount of profit from this fight, actually. So close to being debt-free. Making quite a lot of money. There we go. Thank you, Matapa. So that had effectively the same outcome as the trade conflict would have had. Sorry, I had to think about what I was saying and doing there. Because I will need to rebuild my armies, but that doesn't necessarily need to be done immediately. Global trade. Goods have been moved across the continent since antiquity, but where there was previously limited to a set number of routes and goods, such as manufactured goods of India and China finding their way across the Indian Ocean along the Silk Road, all trade is now increasingly becoming part of a greater world network. That would be nice to be getting in my lands, but I don't think we will be right now. We need to increase our Center of Trades to at least level 2. Had I realised how close that was, I probably wouldn't have spent that money. I would have built up my centres of trade here instead. Because that's a technology that we can spread for ourselves pretty easily. Okay, so not you, not you, not you, group. You lot go ahead, privateer, Coromandel, off you go. Then, not you, not you. You lot head over here. Actually, you know what? You stay where you are. And I'm going to move the transports to Bessalmpi, where you can mothball and you can mothball. And now we're generating a fair amount of money from this. We need another rival. Pasai is probably a good choice. It's another nation we can just humble in a war. So we should be able to embrace that technology pretty easily. We should be able to get colonialism sooner rather than later now. No? Port neighbouring province with colonialism. Do you literally mean the colonialism ideology spawn thing? I thought that just meant any province with the colonialism institution as opposed to the institution itself. I think it does mean that. So colonialism is the one that won't actually spread naturally. And I don't do friendly provinces. So it's never going to spread to us. And we need to have at least 15 Diplo to start getting printing press. There is no such modifier for colonialism. I'm going to boost relations with Ajuran. I'm going to hope that they send me odd knowledge sharing. I think that's the best I can hope for. I think it means that colonialism has to be present. Well, it is. See, colonialism present. Present, present, present. So all of those places should be spreading it to Zanzibar, but they're not. And it doesn't need to be a friendly port. And that 3.5 must have been from deving up, but I don't think I've deved Zanzibar recently. Oh, we finished converting, good. Oh, you still can't convert trade companies. Interesting. Let's wait on that. Port neighbouring means that it needs to be adjacent by land and has to be a port. That doesn't make much sense. If it's a port, it's a port. You can sail to it. What I really need is for Portugal to grab one of these. Oh, you had to go for that island, Portugal. Go for this one. I left it there for a reason. Then I think after the Andamans I'm going to go for this one. It's in a very nice central location. I was thinking of going for Mentawi, but I think that actually that one's going to be better. Because the Andamans are going to help me get to Pasai. Okay, so there is one of them. We have already got the Fatoras, do we not? Yes, we do. Which means that these are 20% cheaper. 160. Booyah. So I need another 100 ducats, then I can do Manabe as well. And that way we should now start generating global trade. Poof. And I think it might even be worth advancement edicting. And probably also worth building a market here. Province trade power at least 25. We're at 19. Building a marketplace. What's the next level? 35. Marketplace, I'm pretty sure would boost that. Needs to be at least 6. We would get 6.6. So yes, building a marketplace would get me that extra 0.6. And I think it is actually worth building a marketplace there to get that bonus right now. Colonialism only spreads to friendly provinces. That's not true, Dracorin. Because there is a separate colonialism spreads to friendly provinces. Nearby friendly provinces colonialism. That's the friendly one. That means it spreads really quickly if you're a friendly province. But there is also port neighbouring province with colonialism which is not friendly. Neither is the port capital of country with a New World colonial nation. But I think the adjacent does actually mean land adjacent, which is kind of ridiculous. Because the whole point is it's a port. You can sail to it. If I have adjacent port, then surely we just sail between the two frickin' ports. Growth of the perfume industry. Incense will now be produced in Ferrara. The greater Christian community, to all the greater Christian world, our veneration of their god must seem like a miracle. You know what? Let's improve relations with Portugal, actually. Because they already like us, plus that modifier is going to increase it even further. And I think that lasts as long as my ruler lasts, so hopefully I can get knowledge sharing from the Portuguese. A reckless privateer. Enlisting the aid of the privateers to wreck the trade efforts of our adversaries has proven beneficial to us, but also tends to attract unreliable and devious business partners. One captain has become notorious for skirting the rules and ignoring treaties our privateers are supposed to abide by, but also happens to be very efficient in raiding enemy ships. Laws and treaties are more like guidelines, anyway. Yeah, I'm going to take the privateer efficiency. I know I'm trying to improve relations, but I'm going to take that anyway. So I am going to get global trade before Mitapa does. Wow, that was a quick marketplace. Oh, and also Minabe. Build that. So we should be getting global trade from both of these. That's going to be very quick. In fact, Zanzibar is also a centre of trade. So we may as well beef up Zanzibar too. Pirate. There we go. We are going to keep this guy. Because he's actually quite good. Oh, gain stability. That's huge. Because usually stability is really expensive. Although we actually have really high Republican tradition, so it wouldn't be that much more. But that's not going to last. Rebel factions are going to rise soon. I need to start building an army. How big are the aforementioned rebel factions? Fucking hell. Really? And that's a really expensive harsh treatment. Okay. Stop spamming out the infantry then, I guess. Let's do it this way. If it gets to 90% before I'm satisfied with my forces, then I probably will spend that 100 military. Is a port in a state but not an island? I must have a neighbouring land province, possibly by strait, which it does. See? So I honestly don't understand why we're not getting it here. Oh, seriously? That was a very quick 90%. I am not amused. Ha! Another Diplo relation. Fantastically useless. Gifts and hostages. While our people are now united, bending the knee to a common overlord has not come easy to them. By summoning all subordinate chiefs to the capital, we can employ them as prestigious royal Omphakalan envoys. Some would call this a policy of hostage-taking. We simply see it as a way to remind our independent-minded people of their loyalties. And this would be an additional colonist. Do I want to pay for that? Yes. Yes, I do. And then I may as well finish this off. And I can now get a policy, naval infrastructure, which is even more force limit. Lovely. So my naval force limit at this point is 64. Cool. And I'm going to start not colonising that. How long until the Andamans are done? Right, the Andamans are nearly done, so we're going to save that colonist. In fact, no, we're not. We are going to send you to the place with the lowest development, which is actually Smorelli. You know what? Barra is probably the best option for this. 27%. 37%. That's a much higher percentage. Am I still paying the cost for that? Yes. Alright, so 16 units. I think I want at least 20. I think it's time to start hiring some artillery. But the Strait Province doesn't have colonialism. Oh, okay. Gotcha. That does make a bit more sense. A bit. Not a huge amount, but a bit. Alright. We're up to 16,000. I am still not convinced that's enough. These Sakhalin separatists are rising really quickly. I think I may have annoyed them slightly. I don't really want to spend 100 military on this. I need to be spending my military on tech when I get the access to that. 100% tech costs. Bloody hell. Alright, so Matapa's embraced colonialism at this point. So we should get that. Printing press is another matter entirely. Still hasn't spread to Yemen. Yeah, we're still going to be suffering with the 50% penalty from printing press, regardless of what we do. What I meant to do was increase your maintenance so we can actually fight people. Where is this? Manabe, Antislova. So it's all of this bit. So if I set you up into suppression mode, is that going to slow them down? Yes, quite dramatically actually. I'm quite happy to fight the rebels. I just want to make sure I have the troops to do it. Importing iron. No, I want mercantilism. Trading in ivory has happened to us. +2 diplo rep. I'm getting so many diplomatic things. This is not what we do. Have you not got the memo? I do need a general as well. That is a very good point. Alright, first name in a while. This general is going to be Grumbuskin. Four pips. Am I happy with 4 pips? Happy as I can be. I don't particularly want to spend more. Sumeria's base tax is increased by a point. Excellent. Our seamanship is so superior that, to be honest, complacency is setting in. People are content to rest on their laurels, and I'm not sure what is needed right now. So, navy costs more, we lose stability. I'm saying the navy cost. Although, again, stability is cheap. Ugh! I'm so used to stability being really expensive. Alright, I'm going to get 1 more artillery so we can get up to 5. And then probably infantry again. Or maybe I want to go up to 10 artillery. What is my army force limit at this point? 25. And what artillery tech are we at? Bronze mortar, but technically we're at large cast iron. 16 is where they become good. So we're not there yet. So no, I want the minimum for sieging. Then I think I'm just going to invest into more infantry. And there we go, the Andamans are now self-sustained. So we can start colonizing that island. And getting the Spice Islands would be nice, but I'd rather have something that wasn't connected to anything else. Like that island. Or we could think about going south. Ah, I can steal some maps. So, Malika, about those maps that you wanted to offer me. I think I would very much like to know about the Moluccas. Sounds like a fascinating area. Oh, you can't actually tell me about Moluccas. East China Sea, It's over there. It's a bit far. Siberia don't care. Japan don't care. Iberia, Manchuria, North Atlantic, West Pacific. Northwest Pacific's going to be like this, isn't it? Atlantic, South America. But not South America. Or not South Atlantic, rather. Oh, hang... Yeah, this is right. You don't want to tell me about anything. Alright. That was a bit of a waste of time. What does Europe look like? This. Oh, Brittany's been eaten up since the last time we checked. And Muscovy is down to an OPM. It's a glorious sight. Yeah, I know you need to have a unit adjacent, but all of the places they were offering didn't really appeal. I think I'm going to start... I'm trying to think who would have maps of this stuff. Sunda? Maybe? Actually, no. I want to go for Africa, so I can start making my way over to the Americas and hopefully steal an island or two in the Caribbean. So I don't want to piss off the Portuguese in case they catch me, so I'm going to start spying on the British. They've also got exploration, they can tell me about that stuff. So, Portugal, about that knowledge sharing. You have loans and you're in deficit. A great way of getting out of that is to share some knowledge. Piracy is a dangerous business, but smuggling can carry as much risk if proper precautions are not taken. As smugglers make their profits from purchasing stolen goods from pirate crews and selling them on for profit in legitimate markets. To sell these illegally acquired goods to the smugglers must bribe port officials to ignore their origin or else present passable documents that proclaim their legitimacy. Bentaramina is a skilled forger. Romano Bentanamina, a skilled forger, has recently entered our service and procured for us a number of documents that should be accepted in almost any port, ensuring that our operations will continue to run smoothly. It's just good business. How much are you? 3.7 ducats a month. See, I can't afford that. I think I'm going to drop inflation one more tick. Just overtook Republic of Play in terms of viewers, really? Is he also doing E4 though? And yes, we are the pirate government. Sorry, I just saw your question. And we're about to get the next tier of the pirate governments as well. Like the actual pirate governments, not just a republic. The expected seasonal rains have failed to arrive in Sakalava. A period of drought has begun and famine will surely follow as the crops fail. Norway. Price of fur has gone up. Conducting any form of attacks on rival ships in peacetime, whether through sanctioning reprisals or private wars or covertly backing piracy, has many benefits for us, but it's not without problems. One of our privateering operations was recently compromised and the ships and the crew captured. As luck would have it, they lost their letter of marque, proving they work with our approval, and whatever proof connects them to us is purely circumstantial. Legitimate merchants retaliating against foreign aggressors. Vijayanagar dislikes us. Or, we've never seen these guys before, they look like rogue pirates. To me, I lose privateer efficiency. No, they're just legitimately reprising against the aggressions of the Vijayanagar ruffians. I was going to upgrade the port here. I totally forgot to do that. And I just wanted to see if any of the islands here were going to still be free. I'm having my doubts, so I might well need to grab Lesser Namuqualand. But I want to keep the islands. I like my island situation. This is a good thing to have. Yes, we will re-elect you because you're pretty good. Treason! Recruitment is out of necessity, something that is somewhat decentralized affair. Often it will be entrusted to families. Unrest in Sakalava or manpower modifier. I'm going to take the manpower hit. Because these Sakalavan rebels are going to rise up soon. But now we have more troops, so I'm pretty happy to fight them. And then after this I'll probably start drilling. So that we can keep our amazing professionalism. Although it has definitely been taking a bit of a battering. There it is. Let's do this if we can. The other thing I need to spend money on is forts. Still. Right, relations with Portugal are as high as they're going to be. Portugal needs to sell me these this in technology. Zeodut, thank you very much for the follow. Welcome to the channel. When will the privateering actually start? It's been going on for a while. I'm privateering out here. Although, speaking of which, I can probably raid coasts again soon. Apparently not. Yes, I can. Oh man, I can probably reach all the way around. Haha. Well, in that case, I could repay a loan, or I could build the... What? And this is why you watch battles. I'm going to my nub. It's next to you! Why do you need to teleport when it's next door? There is definitely something up with the rebels at the moment. They are not behaving properly. Misbehaving rebels. Am I getting full efficiency? I'm getting 1% efficiency. What? Send over the big guns, I guess? You can keep privateering until we arrive. Triangle trade just happened. Price of slaves just went up, and Madagascar has hundreds of them. You are correct. But I still want to get rid of them, and very soon we'll be able to. Because their price will plummet again in the future. Alright, I outnumber you. No combat modifiers. They have slightly more morale, and that's it. And their general stinks. Still lost a whole bunch. Crikey. So effective raiding must be dependent on the number of cannons you have available. Yeah, more spy networks, sure. 82% effectiveness. Not amazing, but this is going to earn me a bunch of money, so not going to complain too loudly. That got me nothing.